8 a.m. for your viewing and listening pleasure. As we go on and we question, we explore, we revel in this idea that we call life, that we call this love. What is love? How does love apply in our lives? Is love real? Can love be achieved? We just keep asking questions, because the more we question, the more we seek. The more we seek, the more we can find. And here's what I know is that there's more to find. There's always more to find. We never, ever get to the end of it. So the thought that's come to me this morning is this, is that the baseline from which all of our relations begin or continue is the level of self-love we have for ourselves. So that when let's say we're out there and we're starting a brand new relationship, that relationship, the basis of it will be how much we love ourselves. And you may say, well, why is that? Well, the amount of love that you have for yourself is a vibration. It's a frequency. And that frequency you're putting out. You're putting out a frequency and energy, and that frequency is attracting back. So the energy of self-love that you're putting out is the energy you're attracting back from others. Now, here's another thing. The energy that you're putting out every day when you're in a relationship is the energy you're attracting back. So for me, self-love, self-acceptance is the basis of all relationships. And I'm not just talking about love relationships. I'm talking about relationships with everyone, whether it's at work, whether it's your friends, whether it's your lover, whether it's your family. When you're putting out a thing of self-love, you're going to get back. Or the people that you're not getting back from, they'll just won't be a part of your life because that frequency can't mesh. So we've got a question that says, can I love myself too much? Well, here's the thing I want you to know is, let me ask the question a different way. Can you accept yourself too much? That's a good question. What do you think? Do you think that you can accept yourself so much too much? Let me put it this way. Here you are. You're looking in the mirror physically. You're seeing all that you are. And you look in the mirror and you say, I accept that. I accept me. Then you look at your thoughts, your actions, and all of that. You say, that's me. I accept it. Now, can it ever be too much? No. I think it could be not enough, because you either accept yourself 100% or you don't. And the degree that you don't will be what you get back from other people. They will accept you as much as you accept you. Do you get that? That's how karma works. That's how the law of attraction works. That's how the law of giving and receiving works. What you put out must come back in equal measure. So when people say, well, you don't love me enough. Well, the reason you don't love them enough is because their perception is they don't love themselves enough. So they're going to get back exactly how much they love themselves. They may be receiving all the love possible, but they can't feel it. They can't sense it. They can't see it because it's not who they are. They're not there. They're not able to perceive it. That's why someone says, you've got to do more for me. You've got to do more for me. I don't feel your love. You can't. They've got to change who they are and what they perceive in order for themselves to experience more. That's what I remember going back. I'm going back a long time ago when I dated. That's a long time ago. More than most of you were born. How old you are, most of you. And here's the thing. No matter what I did for some of my partners, I couldn't make them happy. Maybe for a moment. But eventually it became, it became a conflict. Why? Because I can't change how much they accept themselves. Only they can. Do you get that? That's where personal responsibility comes in. Personal responsibility comes in because you and only you can accept yourself. Ergo, only you can really love yourself. And the love that you are goes out into the world and you attract people that are like you, people who are a vibrational match to you. Because, just breaking it down, we're all energy, aren't we? That's all I am, is energy that's demonstrating this physical form. I'm energy, and I'm a frequency. And the frequency is what I accept. And there is a frequency for self-acceptance. Do you get that? A frequency for self-acceptance. And when that that frequency is out there, we get that back from others. When you accept yourself, it may influence someone else to say, wait a second, if he or she can accept themselves, look at them. They're not perfect. They have flaws. Okay, so Vero says, how do you find someone or someones that support you in your growth as you support them in their growth? You don't find them. You attract them. And you attract them by who you become. Here's the mirror. Here is the mirror. You attract what you are. So you always know where you are. Sue, you're exactly right. Sue says, loving someone who doesn't love themselves is like pouring water into a bucket that has a hole in it. Without a doubt, it's impossible. And you know where that's the hardest? That's the hardest when it's someone that's family. What if it's your mother, your father? What if it's your children? That happens. Why? Because we're all on a journey of what? We're all on a journey of self-discovery. And here's what we're discovering, that we're whole and perfect right as we are. And that when we accept ourselves, we form the baseline. You get the foundation from which we go forward into a greater awareness of who we are, into a greater awareness of self-acceptance, into a greater awareness of expression. We can't worry about what other people think. We are so hung up on this idea of pleasing other people and making other people happy. Man, give it up. That's like, I don't know, that's like being in prison and you're reaching out for the key, and the key is this far beyond your reach, and you keep reaching and you can never get it. You can never get it. Never get it until you change yourself. That's our power. In fact, that's our only power, is to change ourselves. I've learned that as a minister, as a teacher. I can't change any human being on the planet, no matter what I do, no matter how much wisdom I've got, no matter how powerful I think I am. What I can do is I can be a light. I can be an inspiration. I can be a guide. But the decision rests entirely with the individual as to what they do. So if you understand that, you cannot care about another person's end result because you have no control over it. How can you care about something that you have no control over? You can be caring while with them on their journey. Caring while with them on their journey. But where they end up, that's where they go. That's where they are. My hardest example of this, well, one of my hardest examples of this was when my mother made her transition 10 years ago. And I was with her. And I wanted to say, Mom, let's heal this thing. Let's heal this cancer. And she looked at me and says, don't you dare pray for that. This is my mother, who I love more than anything, says, don't you dare pray for that. I am choosing to die. Let me die. Now, if I love my mother, I have to accept that, don't I? Before I can accept that, I've got to be able to accept it for myself. It took me 3 or 4 days. But you know what? I did. And then I spent 3.5 weeks with her while she died. The most rewarding moments of my life were being with my mother as she made her transition. Because I couldn't do anything. All I could do is accept that she had made her decision and was finishing her journey in this human body the way she wanted. One of the things that I teach is that when the body is no longer serving the soul's ability to move forward and experience more and grow more, the soul releases the body so it can go forward, so it can live a fuller and more expansive life. I find that a beautiful statement. I truly believe that the soul is eternal, and the soul that we have is eternal and goes on forever. Physical body, the ego mind, the personality, that disappears. And if you're feeling yicky about that, just realize that it's your ego that doesn't want to die. But your ego is not who you are. Your ego is something you use to experience contrast while in this physical body. And so it's your servant. You are not its servant. And I think that's where the power comes. When you truly love yourself and you understand that you accept yourself, that you're not the ego, that you're not the body, but you're the soul, and you have a body and you have an ego and you use them to experience life. Whoa, that's the big self-love, gang. That's where you are really, truly, truly empowered. Yeah, Scarlett, the best thing you can do is be an example, to be the light. And the people who are open and ready to see the light will see it. Those that can't, they just won't. It's just life. So the basis of every day, the basis of every relationship in every moment is all on the foundation of how much do we love/accept ourselves. So I invite you today to go look in the mirror, and no matter what it looks like, you say, I accept you just like you are. No matter what your life looks like, what your past has been, where you are, I accept it just like it is. And when you do that, you're going to feel a sense of relief, a sense of freedom. And from there, you can create your great day. Until tomorrow, if no one tells you, I will. I love you and I accept you just the way you are. Aloha, everyone. Bye-bye.